Let's be honest. We don't know anything about our elected officials. They're hidden behind curated social media profiles and press releases to the point that they often seem barely human. We're here to break down those barriers and get under the hood of their real character. Our guests today are candidates for Township Committee in Bernards Township, Joan Harris and Bobby Mascia. My name is Scott Salmon, and this is Politically Driven. Oh, I like your signs. I like the sign. Nice, they're up.
A fan keeps it up.
Did you guys have competition in the primary?
No.
Okay, that's the best kind of election.
But it was a great win.
A resounding 100% victory.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got a whole bunch of signs here.
Oh, yeah.
Because Bobby lives right here.
Oh, really?
Hey, come on.
Sorry.
Widespread support throughout the household.
I really love
But you know
this.
what? The neighbors have been very supportive, which is great.
Which is good, because otherwise you can have a problem with your neighbors.
A
And
lot of barbecues and beers to get to that point, but you know what? It was all worth it.
that's all. Yes, absolutely.
The biggest surprise when I ran last year was that despite all the
You can take it right over here.
media coverage of divisiveness, when you talk to people, it's much. I find the common thread is we're a little tired of all this,
Tell
and
them
we
about
want
the.
people who will just work together
Right.
and get things done.
Tell them about what the gentleman had said to you last year when you.
I was canvassing. So, true story. I was canvassing. I met a gentleman, and we talked a little bit. And he said, "Okay, I think I'm going to vote for you, but you have to be able to promise me one thing." And I said, "Okay, I think probably. Let me hear." And he said, "Well, you have to promise me you're not a jerk." And I said, "Well, the bar is at a new low." And
But that's a good bar to have.
I'm pretty sure I can make you that promise. I'm not a
Right,
jerk. And
right.
they're like, "Okay,
That's the deal. Okay. I gotta imagine sort of preserving that small town charm is a big reason why a lot of people move here to begin with, and would be important to them.
Yeah, I think the beauty of this area is the fact that you still have that high pace, lots of good restaurants, proximity to the city, proximity to Morristown, but it really is not overdeveloped to where you feel like everybody's on top of one another. It's spread out. You still feel like you're in a rural suburb.
Now you guys are not on a train line, right? Or
We are.
Yes,
okay.
we are.
Which
yeah.
which one?
It's not an express line.
I want you to tell me a little bit about how the Democratic Party has been built up in town over the last, I'll say, what, 2 years or so?
2 years.
Yes.
2 years or so. Just tell me, because we talked to you, you said they came very close to winning, which is not a normal thing around here usually. So obviously there was a lot of build up in the party. So I want you to tell me just a little bit how that happened.
Okay, so I think there's
Yeah.
probably a number of factors,
Sure.
but the ones that I'm aware of is that after the election, there were a lot of women who went to the Women's March, and there became a Facebook page of these women, and we all wanted to do something, not just talk.
Talk online
Not
about
just
it.
talk,
Yeah.
like like the suffragettes would say, deeds, not words,
Exactly,
right?
yes.
So we wanted to do something, and we formed subcommittees, and the Democratic Party, I mean, it was in existence, but we filled a lot of empty district
Right.
seats.
So Bobby, I want to know from you, what made you decide you want to run?
Well, that's a really interesting question because at first I had no real political aspirations, especially with local politics, being as busy as I am with everything else. So I got approached by someone in the Democratic Committee to throw my hat in the ring. And I started to. At first, I said, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what I can offer."
I get nervous of anybody who says, "Yeah, this is going to be great. We're going to jump right in." It's always good to be a little nervous about it, hesitant.
And then I started uncovering some of the issues. You know, one of the things, what do you do? Are you paying attention to what's going on in town? I said, well, I know what's going on in the Oak Street District. I know what's going on with baseball. I know what's going on with the mosque. I heard about the mosque, and I heard about the quarry.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, but have you really looked into it? He said, no, I read the Wall Street Journal and Barron's. I
Yeah.
don't,
They don't
read the-
co-
I don't
they
read
don't
the
cover,
Bernardsville News.
Yeah,
I just don't. I don't take that time to
Right.
do that. And then as I started to go down that decision-making process of should I do this or should I not do this, I started uncovering the things that did transpire, how the quarry came to be, and what happened with the builder's remedy and the litigation that got brought to the courts. And then I started reading more about what happened with the mosque and how it transpired. And whether or not you're a fan of or not, the way it was handled was was embarrassing. So being the type of person that I can't, once the genie's out of the bottle, you can't put it back in.
Right.
I said, all right, well, this is something I have to do now. So what's funny is first time I saw my name on the sign on the lawn of somebody else that wasn't my house.
Yeah.
That's when I said, wow, that's really cool.
This is real.
And then all of a sudden the primaries started to get into full effect, and the opposing signs went up, and I just remember getting so invigorated by seeing the other party signs, because I'm going, oh, we gotta win. Get these signs out of here. We gotta win. This is our race to lose.
This is our town now.
Yeah, this is our race to lose. We gotta go.
I like it. So we've been to a lot of different political events and like fundraisers and things like that. And we've met other elected officials or other people who are running for office. Who has been the coolest or most interesting person that you've met of other elected officials or other politicians?
That's a good question. I think probably Tom Malinowski.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Aside from you.
Yes.
You did come to ours.
Thank you.
I was very impressed. But I just think that he's a very interesting background. And what I like about him is his willingness to reach across the aisle, because that's what I think is really missing.
Right.
Is a willingness to reach across the aisle and reach common ground and make decisions that are the best for the broadest group of people.
What about you?
Yeah, you know what? Tom showed up at our launch, and he had come to an event, the Holy event that we had down in Bedminster, and comes collared shirt, rolled up sleeves, ready to go. And his story is really interesting. The way he approaches people, the way he listens to people. When he gave his speech, it was seamless. And I thought that
He's done this a few times, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was it was really interesting to see him kind of rocking and rolling with the mic and getting in front of people.
And do you guys have stump speeches at this point? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Have you practiced them for each other?
Well, we did that with a group of other people too.
Oh, okay.
We role played with each other, like where we were bullying each other just to really put the stress
Right.
on one another. So I think we've got it pretty nailed.
Well, I'm curious. So during my race, we had so many forums and groups that we met with that all the candidates would meet with. And so for Tom, for example, I could honestly at this point I could probably give his speech for him. I knew exactly when the jokes were coming. I knew exactly when he was going to do something like move around and all that stuff. Have you guys gotten to that point yet in your campaign?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
And I'm a wing it kind of person.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't seem like a wing it kind of person.
Well, it's not that I don't prepare. So I know the direction and what I want to hit.
Right.
But I'm better.
You're better on your feet.
On my feet.
Okay. What about you? You better on your feet or better with the prepared remarks?
I'm much better on my feet. It's
Really?
funny because we had our it was like a meet and greet for the Democratic Committee, and I was talking to one of the guys on the board, and I said, I'll make sure I have my speech nailed down for this.
Right.
And he says, no speech. So I said, no speech? He says, no, you're just going to be talking at me.
Oh yeah. A
So
speech.
it's no big deal. We're just going to be talking to people. I said, okay. So then we get there, and
Says the guy who didn't have to do it.
That's right. So I sit down next to Joan, and she goes, "You have your speech ready?" He told me I didn't need a speech.
You always have a
No,
speech.
you need a speech. So I look at, and I'm not bringing up names on purpose.
Yeah.
But I look at him, and he goes, you're better on your feet. I didn't want you to over-prepare. Thank you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. How many kids do you have, Bobby?
I have 3.
And how many kids do you have? 4. Okay, I want you
And
to...
I'm a grandmother.
And your grandmother. Oh man, okay. I want you to each. There are a lot of kids now, but I want to know you to describe the personalities of each of your kids in I don't know, about a sentence or so.
Okay.
Let's start with you, Bobby.
My oldest is a rule follower.
Mm-hmm.
My middle guy's a rule breaker. And my youngest is a princess. In a
Okay.
good way. Not a bad way.
Yeah.
She's a princess.
How about you?
Okay, so,
Ascendants.
Yes.
wow, okay. Because, we might have to make this a weekly series.
Yeah. This will be a multi-part series in which we investigate the lives of all children.
So, my oldest son, John, I would say he's got a lot of resilience. And he's a kind soul. My daughter Caitlin is fierce, always curious, always on to the next thing. My next daughter Samantha, I would say she's compassionate, very creative. And then Michael, my youngest, he's just got a good, strong heart. He's a big lacrosse player. He's going to go play for Providence next year. He's a goalie. And he's a goalie, so I think that kind of clues you into his personality.
Sure.
He takes, things come at him, but he can let them go and get back to what he needs to do. And my grandson, Gus, is just the cutest kid alive.
How old is Gus?
He's about 16 months now.
Okay.
All right, hers were more thoughtful, so let me get another shot. You can cut out my other take.